as we've been talking about, they're sending the kids back to school and the kids are getting sick. North Paulding High already has to shut down because of coronavirus. And we knew this was going to happen because we actually listened to the experts who said that, yes, the kids tend to have less symptoms, but it's still really dangerous. This has been out there. Everybody should know it, but many people, even in media, still haven't gotten the lesson. I wanna show you a video from Fox and Friends. And this is Ainsley Earhardt, shocked to find out that kids can get coronavirus.
We're all worried about sending our kids back to school. What is that going to look like for our country and for our elderly grandparents and things like that? 97,000 kids have tested positive. That was such a shock to me because I had heard kids really don't get it. If they do, they're all going to be okay. Do you know any details about that percentage of kids that did get it? Are they all doing okay? Do you have any deaths?
I don't know about the mortality and the morbidity right now in that group. That was just in 2 weeks. So about 100,000 new cases in pediatric kids just in 2 weeks. And I can guarantee you that number is actually much higher. We don't really test kids that often. They're usually asymptomatic. They have very mild symptoms, but they're still shedding this virus. So that is going to artificially be low no matter how good we are about testing right now. That's what we're worried about right now is sending these kids to school and sending them home. And it's not the kids so much we're concerned about. Obviously we are, but it's their grandparents, their parents, when their parents then go to work, who they're spreading this to.
Yeah, right. We're just going to have to be extremely careful.
Yeah, maybe we should. Maybe we should have in making the decision to send them back to school. So I'm gonna take us back a little bit in a sec. I wanna give you a chance to respond there to Ainsley Earhardt being shocked at this number. 97,000, that was just in the last 2 weeks, by the way.
Yeah, and I'm just thinking about all the people that they're going to infect. Listen, kids are 97% snot, okay? All right? That's all they are. 3% is like Cheerios and 97% is just snot. We all know that. Anyone who's interacted with kids, anyone who my middle school memories are just phlegm. Like that's all it was. It's like, oh God, where do I, and like touching like dirt and stuff and like, licking things and putting things in your mouth and being like, oh my God, I will always remember what a penny tastes like that kind of stuff, Like, so honestly, when's the last time you got sick? Last time I got sick, deathly ill from a child, okay? They spread anything they have to everyone around them. So get out of here. You didn't know that kids could get sick or spread this virus.
Yeah, you're totally right. But the thing is, we don't have to speak hypothetically. Like we talked about this last week on the show. Can we bring up this graphic? So this is a Media Matters article referencing Fox and Friends, talking about the fact that Facebook had taken down a Trump post that had video of Trump on Fox and Friends claiming that kids were mostly immune. I don't want to say totally immune, but I almost want to say totally immune. And they were mad at Facebook for taking down what Facebook was declaring to be dangerous misinformation about coronavirus. And she just sat there as those two morons talked about this. And like for weeks now, including in reference to that segment, we've been talking about the fact that all of the information is out there. I'm sure people watching this can fill in the blanks. Kids under 10 pass on coronavirus at about half the rate of adults, which is better, but not nothing. Kids above 10 can actually, on average, have a higher propensity for spreading coronavirus than adults. Yes, they might have less symptoms, but that's actually kind of bad in a certain way. It means they're less likely to be tested and diagnosed as having it, which means they'll still be out in the wild spreading the virus. This is not new information. All of it was there. Ainsley Earhardt had access to it. She either didn't choose to learn about this or she rejected the information. So when she ends her little video there saying we need to be extremely careful, no, you should have been extremely careful using your incredibly powerful platform in media to misinform people about something that's gonna get kids and their families sick and killed. And she's been doing that. She's been an active participant in that narrative being spread for a couple of months now because it's politically convenient to the president, or at least he perceives that it is. And so she doesn't get to claim that, oh yeah, no, I just didn't know. And now we definitely have to be careful. Okay, well, we're gonna be watching you. Let's see the next couple times you talk about kids and coronavirus if you acknowledge the fact that they're getting sick and they're spreading the virus.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, Ainsley, you're not a lifestyle blogger, okay? You are on the most watched news network in the country. You don't get to sit back and just be like, oh my gosh, I had no idea. Wow, that's really scary. Like, no, you've got a job to do. Like, as a journalist, isn't that just embarrassing just to watch that and be like, whoa, like the cringe of having to admit that you misled your audience into thinking that children couldn't like contract or spread coronavirus.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, and more kids are going back to school, and that story about North Paulding, having to shut down, like that's just one that we're focusing on. But God only knows how many outbreaks are going to be in schools around the country, and how many other people they're going to give it to. I expect that the numbers are probably going to go down nationally a little bit, because what tends to happen is things improve, which makes people complacent, which means that in a couple weeks the cases are going to go up. The media, including us, are going to notice that. We're going to freak out about it. People are going to start paying attention, so they're going to be more careful, so cases will start going down. And then people will become complacent and cases will start going up. This is human nature, and that's what we're seeing, okay? Or I should say American nature, because they figured it out in virtually every other country. We just can't. And now we're infecting our kids with it too. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.